I am enough.
I'm going to stab Holly in the heart, just like you did to me.
Step into the shadows with 10 terrifying hidden foreign horror gems you can stream right now. From pulse-pounding scares to twisted tales of terror, these chilling pics will crawl into your mind and stay there. Let's dive right in. Number 10, Livide. On her first day as a caregiver, Lucy visits a decaying coastal mansion inhabited by a comatose old woman. Rumors swirl that a hidden fortune lies somewhere inside, and that night Lucy returns with friends to claim it. But the house is a labyrinth of shadow and silence, where each creak of the floorboard stirs something ancient and hungry. Behind locked doors and faded wallpaper, grotesque relics whisper of a long-forgotten curse. The deeper they venture, the more the house seems to breathe, its walls pulsing with a malicious will of their own. Livide wraps its haunting French Gothic tale in painterly visuals and surreal nightmare logic. It's a ghost story where beauty curdles into horror, and every door you open may be the last. Number 9, Ravenous.
Plus rien à manger.
In the quiet backwoods of rural Quebec, a strange sickness spreads, turning neighbors, friends, and family into silent, ravenous predators. The infected stalk the misty fields with unnerving stillness, their movements sudden and inhuman. Amid the collapse, a small group of survivors drifts together, seeking safety in a world where even the trees seem to hold their breath. The countryside's vast emptiness becomes a trap, its beauty masking the horror that lurks just beyond the tree line. As bonds form and fracture, every choice becomes a gamble between trust and death. Directed by Robin Aubert, Ravenous blends apocalyptic dread with moments of eerie, poetic stillness, making the end of the world feel hauntingly intimate and impossibly close. Number 8, Evolution.
2, 3. On est tous malades. 5.
On a remote, wave-battered island, young Nicholas lives in a world with only women with pale faces and watchful eyes. After a strange illness lands him in the local clinic, he begins to suspect that the treatments are not meant to heal but to transform. The sterile halls hide tanks filled with unearthly creatures, and the women's whispered rituals speak of something ancient and ocean-born. The sea itself feels alive, its tides pulling him toward a fate he can't yet understand. Each discovery blurs the line between dream and nightmare, reality and hallucination. Evolution is a hypnotic descent into surreal body horror, where the innocence of childhood is drowned beneath the cold, alien hunger of the deep. Number 7, Knife and Heart.
Aussi longtemps, tu dois m'aimer. Tiens à moi, Louis. À moi, à moi, à moi.
Plan du tueur homo. Bravo.
Paris, 1979. By day, Anne produces low-budget gay pornography. By night, she drowns her heartbreak in alcohol and obsession. But when her actors begin dying in brutal ritualistic murders, the line between her films and the killings blurs into a feverish nightmare. Clues lead her through neon-lit streets, shadowed alleys, and into the twisted mind of a masked predator whose crimes seem almost cinematic. The city pulses with a strange, dangerous allure, its beauty stained with blood. As the bodies pile up, Anne's search becomes less about justice and more about a descent into her own darkness. The film is a hallucinatory giallo love letter, drenched in synth, dripping with surreal eroticism, and haunted by the ache of obsession. Number 6, Them. In a secluded country home outside Bucharest, Clementine and Lucas settle in for a quiet night, until the phone rings, the power cuts out, and shadows begin to move outside. At first, it's just noises in the dark. Then come the figures, silent and relentless, circling like predators. The couple's escape turns into a desperate maze through forest and field, every breath a beacon for their unseen pursuers. The night itself becomes a living thing, suffocating and cold, offering no safe place to hide. Directed by David Moreau, Them strips horror to its rawest elements. Isolated victims, faceless hunters, and the terrifying truth that sometimes monsters are simply human. Number 5, the loved ones.
Will you go to the dance with me?
Sorry, Lola. I'm going with Holly.
Suck it.
Show me!
After rejecting a shy classmate's prom invitation, Brent thought the worst he'd face was awkward silence. Instead, he wakes bound to a chair beneath a glittering disco ball. The prom, now a grotesque parody orchestrated by the girl he spurned and her unnervingly silent father. Glitter mixes with blood as drills, nails, and syringes replace corsages and slow dances. Every smile hides a new cruelty. Every toast a prelude to pain. Outside, the night hums with cicadas, indifferent to the screams within. Brent's only hope is to outlast a family whose love is just another word for possession. The film is a viciously inventive Australian nightmare, where heartbreak cuts deep, but obsession cuts deeper. Number 4, Impetigore. Maya's quiet life unravels when she's attacked by a stranger who whispers of her cursed birthright. Seeking answers, she and her friend journey to a remote Indonesian village shrouded in mist and superstition. There, the smiles are thin, the stares unblinking, and the air heavy with something unsaid. The villagers know her name, but they also know the horrors tied to her family's land. Ancient wooden puppets guard grim secrets, and the jungle itself seems to close in, trapping them in a place where escape is only an illusion. Each step toward the truth leads deeper into a legacy steeped in blood and black magic. Directed by Joko Anwar, Impetigore is a chilling folk horror drenched in atmosphere, where tradition becomes a prison and the past refuses to stay buried. Number 3, 7 Days. When Dr. Bruno Hamill's young daughter is brutally murdered, grief twists into something far darker. He abducts the killer, taking him to a remote cabin deep in the frozen wilderness, vowing to inflict tenfold the suffering before ending his life. What begins as cold-blooded vengeance soon spirals into a relentless cycle of cruelty, each act eroding Bruno's humanity. The snow outside falls in silence, muffling screams, while inside time stretches into an unbroken nightmare. There is no trial here, no mercy. Only the slow unraveling of a man who believes justice can be carved from flesh. The film is an unflinching exploration of revenge's corrosive power, where the line between victim and monster vanishes long before the final day arrives. Number 2, Taxidermia. Spanning 3 generations of one grotesquely surreal Hungarian family, Taxidermia drags you through a lineage soaked in obsession, gluttony, and decay. From a lonely soldier's fevered fantasies to a champion speed-eater's grotesque rise and fall, to a reclusive taxidermist crafting his own morbid masterpiece, each chapter sinks deeper into the bizarre. The body is not sacred here. It's a canvas for desire, competition, and ultimately, self-destruction. Reality bends under waves of grotesque imagery, at once beautiful and revolting, as if the human form itself is a cruel joke. The film is a macabre odyssey of flesh and legacy, where the grotesque becomes art and the boundary between life and corpse is only a matter of perspective. Number 1, Bedevilled. Hae-won escapes the pressures of city life by visiting her childhood friend Bok-nam on a remote Korean island. At first, the place seems frozen in time, until Hae-won notices the bruises, the fear, and the suffocating cruelty inflicted on Bok-nam by the villagers. The island's beauty is a mask for a festering rot, its calm waters hiding a tide of abuse and desperation. When tragedy strikes, Bok-nam's quiet suffering erupts into a storm of blood-soaked vengeance, each act a howl against years of silence. There's no escape from the jagged rocks or the watchful eyes. The island keeps its secrets and its prisoners well. Bedevilled is a harrowing blend of psychological torment and explosive violence, where friendship is tested in the heart of a nightmare that will not let go. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. Sissy.
I am special. I am enough.
A successful social media influencer reunites with her childhood best friend for a weekend getaway. But when old wounds resurface, the trip spirals into paranoia, humiliation, and bloody revenge. What begins as awkward small talk turns into a savage battle for survival. Get in. Returning from vacation, a man finds strangers living in his home and the law powerless to remove them. His attempts to reclaim his space draw him into a world of manipulation, violence, and moral collapse. Each choice drags him closer to losing far more than his house. Meander.
Help!
A woman wakes up trapped inside a winding, deadly maze of metal tunnels. Each section forces her to solve lethal puzzles or be crushed, burned, or drowned. With time and oxygen running out, every move is a fight against the maze itself. Caged. While traveling through Eastern Europe, 3 humanitarian workers are captured and locked in a grim, isolated cell. Their captors' motives are unclear, but their cruelty is certain. As days pass, the darkness outside the bars seeps into their minds.